Finally, with regards to the Excel screen, moving towards the bottom of the screen, we've looked at sheets, and here they are here. We have what's called the status bar. The status bar is the bar that runs immediately underneath the sheet names. On the left-hand side, it typically shows the word ready, so it's ready for you to start typing. And I also see the word numlock, which means my numlock is currently on my keyboard. And here I have a button that enables me to record macros or not. So you may see those or you may not. To the right, for example, I have 3 viewing buttons where I can change the view of my Excel workbook. And also I've got some zoom controls here as well, where I can zoom in and I can zoom out. But the fact that I actually can see those buttons is because I've turned those on. What you need to be aware of is the status bar is the name of this panel, and if you were to right-click the status bar, you can turn things off and on. Effectively, you can customize the status bar. If, for example, I was to take the last 3 ticks off, you'll notice all the zoom controls and the view shortcuts have disappeared. If I also was to untick numlock, you'll see it's disappeared. And if I was to untick macro recording, it will disappear. And even if I take off cell mode, it'll also disappear. The ready will disappear. What I highly recommend you do is that you turn on everything. So I'm going to turn every option listed back on. Right click the status bar and click and tick all listed options. And then click away, and you have customized your status bar. So the status bar contains useful information such as my numlock's on, and now if I was to press my caps lock key, it would tell me my caps lock's on. And if I press my caps lock again, it'll tell me that my caps lock's not on because the word caps lock has disappeared. Other things will automatically start to show in certain situations, such as average, count, numerical count, max, min, and sum. Let me create that situation for you. So if I was to type some numbers, random numbers, in these cells here, for example, if I was then to click on one cell, nothing really appears on the status bar other than what we've already seen up till now. But if I was to select 2 or more cells, you will see that I suddenly can see the average of the selected cells, how many numbers there are, the numerical count, the minimum number or the smallest number in that range of selected cells, not including this one, it's not selected. The minimum number is 12, the maximum number is 85, they add up to 248, there are 6 numbers and 6 items in that range, and the average is 41 1/3. If I choose a different group of cells, I'll get different results. So some things only appear in the status bar when you're in a certain context. If I was to click one cell, they will all disappear again. But the point being, right-click your status bar and customize your status bar by turning on everything. And we'll be using these throughout the various videos. As far as the zoom controls go, just be aware that you can zoom in by dragging the slider or by pressing this plus, and I could take it up to a maximum of 400% if I was really struggling to see. And I could take it down to a minimum of 10%, which I can't see at all. If I was to drag the slider halfway, I'd be at 100%, which is typically where you want to be. But you can also click the plus to zoom in, just to see a little better, and you'll see me do this quite a bit as we work through these videos, so it's easy for you to see what I've typed. But I might also then hit the minus to zoom out, because I need to show you as much as I can what's on my sheet.